Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Random Bullshit News with your hosts, Tyler, and the two idiots, Nathan and Trent. Tyler, why are we here?
Okay, so we're here is because I wanted to make a news story because there's a lot of shit that happens within the gaming world and just in media in general, and I thought it'd be fun and also good content to bring us all together once a week to discuss the gaming news that happens in that week, and then see what our thoughts are on it and do some hot takes.
All right, so what's our first story?
Okay, so our first story is I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this game, but it is an Ubisoft game called Skull and Bones. Basically, it is just I'm just going to read off my notes I made. Skull and Bones is an open world pirate simulation. The game itself was announced in 2017 at E3. It is basically, think Sea of Thieves, but like actually realistic graphics. It's
Interesting.
been in it's been in kind of, I guess, development hell since 2017. I believe there's some more gameplay stuff noted in 2019, but then it's recently been pushed back to 2022 and 2023. So that's basically all I had for that. So for the second story is a little bit meatier, but not super a lot of information. The new Ratchet and Clank game, Rift Apart. Don't know if you guys have heard of it. Has recently gone gold, which basically just means that the data in the games itself are getting burned to disks now. It does not mean that there could not there's still a possibility that there could be like a day one patch for like some extra like bugs and stuff they work on. It is a sequel to the 2016 game Ratchet and Clank of the same title. It is currently being developed by the game studio Insomniac Games, which are the people that did the Marvel Spider-Man game in 2018, the Miles Morales game. That's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Currently, it is set to release as listed from their information June 11th of this year of 2021, and Rift Apart is set to be a PS5 exclusive.
Interesting.
Wasn't sure if you guys had played
Don't own a
Ratchet
PS5.
and Clank. No, I knew that. I just wasn't sure if you guys had played Ratchet and Clank before, or if it was this entirely new title.
Never owned a
Nope.
PlayStation.
Never
All
owned a
right, fair enough.
PlayStation.
All right,
Well, I have a
so
PS4, but I definitely haven't played Ratchet and Clank.
this is going to be coming from an article by Destructoid that I read a couple days ago. Okay, so we're going to get into a bigger story in terms of meat. Video game publisher Take-Two Interactive released their financial report of the financial period ending in March of 2021. They generated over $3.37 billion in U.S. revenue. Take-Two is a video game company that has a lot of the microtransactions from GTA Online and the NBA games. So all that shit, they're making a ton of it off. They mentioned in the report that 68% of revenue coming from the communities of ongoing releases such as Grand Theft Auto Online and NBA 2K21, along with the microtransactions of games like Borderlands 3, which I actually didn't know there are micros in that game. It's cosmetic, though. Didn't know about that one. Had to research that on my own. A game called Two Dots and WWE Supercard, which is it's like a fucking card pack game on mobile. Don't really know much about it, but from Take-Two's statements, they talked about how GTA Online is very successful, and they stated that the spending of the game's up 30% from last year, which isn't that surprising considering we had a world pandemic and everyone was in their house. But they mentioned that the next-gen re-release of GTA 5 on next-generation consoles such as the PS5 and the Xbox Series S/X will no doubt bring in even more revenue because everyone wants to spend more money in the game, especially with the fact that they're giving the game the Red Dead treatment, which basically means they are going to be splitting up the story mode of GTA 5 and the online mode of GTA 5, where you can buy one, but they're not combined, so that they will be separate purchases. Because if you look
Didn't
in,
they already learn their lesson with Red Dead, seeing as how they lost a vast majority of their player base?
that's what I
Yeah, but
thought
not
too, but they are very much
not
still staying on
before
it.
a
But
lot of
GTA
people
Online
bought
is
the
still
game.
burning. But yeah. All right, so you guys have any other thoughts on that, or is that about it? I know GTA isn't exactly your guys' pain point of knowledge.
Trying not to cough into the microphone.
You're
I
fine.
mean, I'm planning on going back into GTA somewhat soon, but
Yeah,
I don't know much about behind the scenes because I've never actually cared. The economy in
yeah,
that game is bad enough.
yeah. Their business practice isn't the greatest, and also the economy's kind of fucked. All right, so you're gonna get a very small story that's only gonna be really appealing to Nathan and I, but I believe he already knows. But I'm just gonna touch on it anyway. Within Call of Duty Cold War, there's been two new characters that have been added as a part of the 80s action heroes.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's Rambo made his debut in Cold War earlier this week, as in, I believe it was a couple days ago, right?
I'm pretty sure it was within the last couple days, yeah.
Yeah. And along with Bruce Willis's character, John McClane from Die Hard. They are both $20 characters, and they have, I don't remember what the hell they come with. I think they come with a bunch of
Each one comes
emotes,
with three
shaders, and
weapons
I think a couple blueprints.
and a calling card, I believe.
Yeah. Thoughts on that? Because I think $20 is a little egregious, but I'm not a massive action hero fan like that, so I
think
don't really care.
$20 is also pretty egregious, but I also don't find the idea of paying for cosmetics all that appealing.
Yeah. Since
Like,
I got a fucking anime guy.
I'll shell out some money here and there for certain things, but like
I was gonna say, yeah, if I
overall-
enjoy a game like a lot, then sure I'll spend another couple dollars or whatever. I'll throw some money their way to support them, but I won't buy this. I mean, I know it's a limited time purchase for about
I'm
25
also
more
not
days.
going to purchase either of these characters.
Yeah, because it's $40 for both of them, and I'm not a big enough fan of either of the movies to really warrant a purchase.
Yeah.
Trent, I know
Granted,
you haven't bought Cold War yet, so I didn't
disrespect to
know.
either of the movies or the characters.
Yeah, I'm
or
sure
the people that played them.
Oh yeah,
like,
no disrespect to either
fantastic
Bruce Willis
movies.
or Sylvester
However,
Stallone. I just don't. I've never seen the movie, so I really don't have any care for it.
I'm not gonna pay money to be able to use you in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Could you two have spoken over each other any worse?
No.
Want to do a retake, Nathan? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there,
There's no
buddy.
retake. That's staying in.
All right.
There is no retake. We're doing this in one take. Keep going.
All right. So for the fifth story, I know Trent had mentioned this prior. Phasmophobia is getting 2 new ghosts. One of the they're called.
I did not watch the video Trent sent.
I haven't either. I did like a 5-minute Google search.
I know nothing about this.
So I don't know much either, but the 2 are coming that are called Yokai and Hantu, I believe. Probably butchered it. Yokai is attractive to human voices. Talking near one will anger it, but staying quiet will make it hard for them to find you. And Hantu basically hates cold atmosphere and loves warm. And that's all I have on it. 'Cause there's no. I didn't find any gameplay videos or anything for it to show it, or like a trailer. So I'm assuming they just knows of it, but they haven't been put in the game.
There is no gameplay, and the Hantu you have flipped. If the breaker's on, all the buildings are warmer, and it moves slower. If the breaker's off, all the rooms are colder, so the Hantu moves faster.
Okay, I didn't do that much googling into this because I didn't want to spoil
And
it for myself.
the yokai really hates people talking. With other types of ghosts, you could whisper even when the ghost is right in front of you and it won't care. The yokai will get exceptionally aggressive if it hears you talking, but in exchange, it has a lower radius where it can actually hear you.
Interesting.
Well, that sounds like it's gonna be scary as shit for me.
Yeah,
Cool.
more than normal. Should be
Yeah, it's
great.
Time to go get murdered,
Whoa.
I guess.
But yeah, all right. Let me fucking find my text document. All right, so
Yeah, how many more of these do we got?
we have 3 more.
Oh, okay.
2. The second one I think you both will know because I don't play the game that much. But all right, we're gonna get to a biggie that was released. I believe it was a week and a half ago. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It's been making some waves in the gaming community. Not sure if either of you follow it.
Is that
Or
just a
that much.
remake of the original Mass
It
Effect?
is actually. Thank you for asking that question because it directly transitions me into it. This is a remaster of the original 3 Mass Effect games. It's not a remake. It is a
all
remaster.
3?
Yes, it's a remaster of all 3 games. It is not a remake
Jeez.
because it
That thing's
again,
gonna break some consoles.
Yeah, it takes the pre-existing graphics from all 3 games from the 360 and then basically brings them up to higher level, whatever the fuck the term is for this. It includes 40 DLCs across all 3 games. It supports 4K and all the other important stuff to look good on consoles and shit. It does 4K Ultra HD. I think it does ray tracing too, and it has the performance and graphics and shit like that, all those sliders and stuff. One thing that is actually pretty surprising is that the game currently has over 59,650 concurrent players, which might not seem that impressive, but it has no multiplayer. It is just a single-player experience. 3 different games.
Huh.
which makes the game in the 30 most popular on Steam storefront, which is pretty impressive. Something that's pretty crazy is that Mass Effect Legendary Edition currently holds the record for highest concurrent players for any BioWare game, which isn't that surprising considering Anthem still exists, which is also a BioWare game. We don't yet know how many units the game has sold. A lot of players have been experiencing crashes while both playing and loading the game. About 4 days ago, there was a patch that fixed the majority of these programs. I know that it released because it fucking sucks. I could not load into ME1 and I kept crashing my shit. Thoughts? I know that I don't think I've ever talked about this game in general,
Sounds
but
like it'll be a very good time for any Mass Effect fans.
yeah,
Should be
I
having a blast.
yeah, I think so fun. The thing that caught me off guard was that the game ended up the first. So when you first download it, it's 30 gigabytes. At least for my console, for my Xbox, it was. I was like, wow, this is really small. It fucking installed the first game, not the other two.
On Xbox One, Mass Effect Legendary Edition will come in at 88.1 gigabytes.
Yep, and with the patches up to 90.2 now.
Honestly, that's still not that bad
Yeah.
for 3 games and 40 DLCs.
Really not bad.
Yeah, and it has all of the. There's a character that you can romance, and apparently her helmet in the initial game was fucked up. They fixed that, and a neat thing that I hadn't thought about until just now is that they actually, since we got new scans of Pluto recently, they updated the fucking scan in the game of the new image we got, so it's actually it's more accurate than what the previous game was, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's cool.
But yeah,
Sounds similar
so
to what
Mass
happened
Effect
with the Master
1,
Chief
2,
Edition.
and 3 are all remastered. It is nice because I'm not sure I don't know if what other games can do this, but if you play Mass Effect 1 and then you import your character into 2, all your decisions and shit, the game will remember it. Which is pretty cool, and it is very much an RPG where you have different abilities and different guns and customizations, and there's different armor rounds like radiation, anti-personal, armor piercing, and it is a
Okay,
true
we're
RPG.
getting too detailed.
It doesn't matter. It's a part of the
We're
fucking
gonna
news,
keep
though.
moving.
It's too
We
detailed.
gotta keep moving.
All right,
too detailed.
so-
We're not doing a review of Mass Effect. We're doing news. Let's
All
keep
right,
going.
so the seventh news story, which I am very much out of my league with, Genshin Impact.
Hell yeah.
Genshin Impact. Alright.
The JRPG is having a collaboration with, I'm going to butcher this, Honkai Impact 3rd, both of which are MiHoYo, I think that's how you pronounce it at least. Within the crossover, the character Kiana will be getting her own, I have this in air quotes because I didn't know what the fuck this meant, Klee-inspired costume, and I think that's how you pronounce it, Keqing? Keqing will be a playable character during the event.
Pitching.
Yeah, I think so.
ka-ching.
The character Fischl, Fischl, will be available as a permanent unlock for Honkai Impact 3rd. It is not known yet when the crossover will hit Genshin. The article expected around the early July section. I have this shit copied. If you want me to get it to you, I can.
This is more of a
More about
nitpick thing. I'm not sure if Genshin is a JRPG, considering its creator is a Chinese company.
I didn't really know how to
It's
phrase
a
it.
CRPG.
It is an RPG that has anime shit in it. We can all agree to that.
It's Chinese. That's why there's so much censoring.
Makes sense.
It's a Chinese rocket launcher.
So, any thoughts by you two? Because I know this is effectively your wheelhouse.
Literally don't give a shit until it comes to Genshin.
Yeah, I don't play Honkai Impact. I've been thinking about playing it, but I don't have it.
I've got too many games to play.
Same. All right.
Next
so,
topic.
The 8th and final topic of the news story video for this week: Rainbow Six.
Speedrun this shit. We got like a minute and a half.
What? What does that matter?
I'm
He's
keeping a
timing it.
timer.
Oh,
Speedrun
what-
this shit. Let's go.
All right, fuck it. So the newest operator is named Thunderbird. Her gadget is a deployable health station. It gives health equivalent to that of a dock stim shot. If multiple operators are in the usage radius, then the station will prioritize the lowest health operator. One thing that is really neat about it is that it can revive defenders in the down but not out mode, which basically means if you can be revived, you can crawl to it and hold a button, you can revive yourself no matter what.
Well, that's pretty
however,
cool.
however, it can also heal attackers.
Oh, so it doesn't care who's in the vicinity of it?
It does not discriminate.
It's
For weapons,
very much just that if there's someone in this area
Correct.
with,
And it has-
with missing health, I'm gonna heal them.
yes. If you guys
That's
are familiar with the any. I don't know what the fuck else has it other than I guess I guess Mozzie and
Engineer
Cade's
for
thing. You can
TF2
throw
has
like
it.
that has the little like filling out the circle.
Yeah.
It will display that until it hits the thing, I think, and then it'll be good. Also, it shows a big like blue light above it, so it's easy to see. All right, let's get to her weapons and shit. Thunderbird comes with the Spear .308, the bullpup that Finka uses, and the Spaz 15, and then I have Cavs question marks. I'm not sure that's her shotgun or not. Her secondary is the Bearing 9 SMG or the Q929 pistol. She can roll with either impact grenades or nitro cells. And here is the fucky changes. There are a couple big changes coming to the game with the season. Maestro's camera, Mira's mirror,
I don't
and
know.
bulletproof cameras can now be
Cav's
meleeed,
shotgun's
and they will
unique.
display an opaque cracked
Dang.
screen which you cannot see through. It is physically impossible to see them. Another biggie is that bulletproof cameras can now see a much wider berth and pan faster, kind of pseudo Vault cam. Think in that term. Melusi's Banshee, it was only left to right and very slow. You couldn't do up and down, which now you can. Bulletproof cams can now shoot out an EMP blast that will disable drones.
Okay.
It
Well,
has
those
the
cameras
cool.
couldn't
It
handle
has the
it.
same cooldown animation as a yokai, but I'm not sure the time. Also, the health is not a circle anymore. It is in the bottom left, and it is a horizontal
I-
bar.
Thought they couldn't move at all.
Bulletproof cameras didn't used to be able to move.
Has it? I didn't remember that. Also, one thing I missed is that her station does do overheal. It does do overheal. It can overheal you.
Now that's interesting. Does she only get one?
She gets.
And
I
how
think
many
two.
charges do they have?
I don't know. They're not like they're not
Oh,
automatic.
okay.
They have.
So
They
you
do
have
a
to
charge
go
time. I've
like
not looked into
physically
that.
go over to them.
It is a pretty. It's a decent. It's kind of like the same. It probably has the same radius as a Mozzie drone.
Oh, okay.
Like
So you
that
have to
kind
be
of thing,
standing on
spider.
top of it, type
A
of
little
deal.
bit. It is a thing you place. You probably have about a 3 feet
Okay.
radius from it, but it does have a circle that is well defined on where you can see it. Again, I'll have videos showing for this if you want to look at it later. But yeah, what did I miss? Oh, big change. Dead operators now appear as their respective icons where they died instead of their bodies constantly showing. So when you die, you will just see if I died's Valkyrie, you will only see my icon where I died. You will no longer see the body. It
Well,
will
that's
fizzle out.
helpful.
Probably
Which is
easier.
interesting.
Keeps people from hiding in bodies.
Another big change. You can see death in real time without the slow-mo. Then you can watch just like normal, but then you can go to spectate.
So now I get to see my
two
brains
big
get blown out
changes.
in real time. Cool.
Yes, it will not slow down anymore. Compensators now help with left and right
Oh,
spread
thank
recoil,
God.
and flash hiders address vertical recoil. Also, Favela
that's
gets
even
a
better.
rework. Favela gets a rework where a lot of the rooms are more connected rather than hallway. Like it's very much
Okay.
like a different.
Once again,
I don't know
we're
how to
going a
explain it,
little
but
in
it's
depth.
basically like different rooms that are sectioned out.
Let's get this thing over with. We're over time.
There's also different bullet pen. So now if you shoot like a pistol in a wall, it's not going to actually make a hole. You got to be more
Okay.
like
You gotta be
direct
like
with it.
put the barrel to the wall and pull the trigger.
No, you have to fire multiple bullets. Like it does not. If you just spread like a happy face, it's not going to break. You actually have to be more
Okay.
direct
Well,
with it. Like
Caliber
with
doesn't
melee, as
usually
you said.
break.
Use.
Yeah. Also, I saw apparently a rook change. Didn't look
You getting
into
more
it 'cause
dinner
I didn't
plates?
know what it was. I
Gotta
didn't look into
supply
it
for more
specifically,
people.
but I don't know what else is happening, and that is indeed all the news stories I had.
Thank you everybody
Those
so
are
much
all
for
8.
coming in and stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.